last time, previously on Dungeons and Dragons. I'm pretty sure we just get a bunch of clips depicting past events. Like there's a cut of everyone riding away from Tenuto, then there's a smash cut to Pastiche declaiming Chuman is not safe in the cloud, followed by a yelp of pain. Then there's a wide, panning battlefield shot of Twig ducking between three pastiches and disarming the Wanderer while Xalia drops rocks from the sky, and Zoaz runs triage. And then there's a Batman cut to arriving in Baskar and getting Chuman to the infirmary. And there's a swoop transition, diagonal upwards to Yae.
Star Wars classic.
Yeah, to Yae the Aarakocra arriving at the party. There's a bad voiceover dub. I am Yae Vasarako, where she's just standing there, not moving.
T-pose.
I didn't trust her.
And so Yae has given you your mission to meet the Goblin Freals at a tavern called And Or in around an hour. What would you like to do? Or would you like another description of the city?
I would like another description of the city.
I will give you
Probably
another description of the city.
Be for the best for Rye at the very least.
Alright, so Baskar. It is a mining city. There's a dust cloud hanging in the sky just forever that surely the locals have tuned out. It is evening time now. Chuman has likely been lulled to sleep by the chirurgeons in the infirmary. You five have just exited the barracks for the Hollandis Doomstriders. Before you, the Dusty Spiral is divided into wards by their ring layer. Being founded around a strip mine, the main feature of the city is, of course, the yawning canyon in its middle as the inhabitants delve ever deeper. There's bridges that span across the chasm at every ring in every direction, and magical platforms lifted by buoyant magic rise and fall constantly, with the thrum of activity ensuring that it is easy to get anywhere. Yae, in fact, arrived on one such lift. Here, closest to the light, there are people ambling around. Some look busy, others are aimless. And you are on the dusty streets. There are many buildings and establishments and facilities. It looks like things haven't closed quite yet, but it is definitely getting on in the night.
Xalia is going to make herself a goblin and then try to shapeshift, duck, and weave through the dust and fail miserably.
Okay. Xalia is now a goblin. And she takes off running.
Actually, no. She for one, she's staying in place. For two, she can't actually be a goblin because she can't make herself small. So she's a stretched out goblin.
Ugh.
There is a lanky goblin next to you. There is a goblin affected by by the friggin' Might of Giants rune.
Elongated goblin.
Xalia casts become large. Zoaz would know where And Or is, correct?
He would.
Or
he would with a history check,
okay.
which you may roll. Yeah, it's not something you necessarily frequent, but you do recall that And Or is in the neighborhood of Rock Lobster Landing. It's one of the lower rings.
Okay. Zoaz has been in town once or twice before.
Yeah, it's right on the sun's path, so
Yeah.
this is an easy pit stop for any of your excursions. You also know that Rock Lobster, with that history skill, you also know that Rock Lobster Landing, that ring is a working district. It is frequented by miners from various sections. It's whenever you went there, when you have a client that has a certain preference or something, it felt a little off. But you were never there to fully establish a feel.
Well, Zoaz is going to turn to everyone and... Well, I know the way. If we would like to get going now, or if anyone has anything to do.
Xalia is making unhappy noises as dust hits her.
It is a dusty town. And by town, I mean city.
Mm-hmm.
Place is big.
So we meet the goblin in like an hour or something, right?
Indeed.
And how long would it have been since we left Chuman?
Couldn't have been that long.
Zoaz
Yeah, I
says.
guess. Yeah, Makayla would sort of nod at your proposal.
If you're worried about Chuman, it could potentially be strange for a shepherd to be sighted so deep in the town's inner working. I could always go and keep him company while you all meet with our friend.
Well,
Not that I am opposed to joining you.
well, a large party would draw more attention, especially when if this goblin was only expecting to meet one person. But only this isn't to say I'm not trying to tell you to leave, but if you want to, I guess, stay with it.
Perhaps I will guide us there and then go to meet Chuman. Ensure he is being taken care of.
Makayla would nod.
Any objections? Zoaz is going to turn and look at the rest of the group.
That sounds fine to me. Seems as good a place as any to take a break.
Alright, then Zoaz is going to turn, tap his staff on the ground once or twice, and start off towards and/or in the lower rings of the city.
Okay. You guys march on down, heading around the rings. You could walk down the slopes, or you could find a lift. It doesn't really matter, it's just, what would you like to do?
Given the earlier kerfuffle today, Zoaz would probably tend towards grabbing a lift.
Okay. You find a station where a platform will arrive to you. Let's say you guys are like here, and one comes up like around here. So you wait at the edge. You're able to peer down into what may be an abyss if it weren't for all the window lights and torch lights coming from various homes and buildings. There's like a little orange glow that illuminates the dustiness. You can't see too far because of the dust, but you do know that a lift is coming because there's the mechanical noise like that as the lift is coming up to meet you. There's a couple of people just kind of minding their own business. Maybe there's a merchant running around with his raptor, fussing with the things in the saddlebags. You know, some people talking. There's an annoyed conversation about mercenaries. Let's see here. And you hop on the lift.
While we were... I guess we're not too far. Oh wait, on this question actually. Continue.
Okay.
Does the lift have a railing?
It does not, Twig.
Alright, Twig is going to be holding on to Makayla tightly as we go down the lift.
Yeah. It is a free lift. let's see here. As you are heading down, you do see a couple other lifts that do have railings, and you eyeball them jealously. There is a railing, sort of like a guardrail, but it's more like just a metal pipe in the middle. And Xalia, are you casting Spider Climb?
Yes.
Okay. So Xalia, you will watch as Xalia does a few gestures and touches herself, and then zoop, she goes upside down and she's underside.
Zoaz, as she goes over, starts and begins to yell, "Hey!" and then notices, oh, she's fine.
She just goes over and under like a cartoon character.
Uh-huh.
Do you think what she's trying to do is she's trying to find whatever angle gives her most shelter from the dust?
Huh.
It's a very dusty city. Make a perception check.
Let me find her character sheet. I should also mention that I can't adapt that much, but I also what's it? I have to do this, right? There we go. I can't adapt her body structure that much, but she's trying to make herself quadruped.
Okay.
I see.
There is a quadruped goblin underneath. There's someone on the wing. So. Alright, so Xalia, while you're down there, actually, you get a... Unfortunately, you don't get away from the dust, but you do get a good look at the contraption that is maneuvering this lift. It is a small metal housing that's dome-shaped. It is... it's... how to describe it? So it's like a glass dome, and it's got metal bands that hold it to the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And inside is a curious red glow. You get up closer to it, and inside you can see a crystal, not unlike the one that you picked up and chiseled away.
Kind of like one of those old-timey lights.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Okay.
But you do see... No, never mind. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
You're gonna take out that one crystal she found a while back, and just like put it there.
Okay. The crystal, as you hold it in your hand, is tingly still. It's always got this electric feel to it. And when you get close to it, maybe like there's some sort of like shine on the crystal. Like maybe it hits the light just right, where it looks like the two crystals are like shining towards each other, but that's probably just a trick of the dust.
Okay.
The lift stops, and Xalia, you are upside down.
Yeah.
The rest of the party, you are right side up, and you are in the Rock Lobster Landing neighborhood.
Zoaz will
Everybody has matching towels.
walk a little bit over to the edge and sort of tentatively call, "Xalia, this is where we get off the lift."
After a few seconds, she will scrabble up right in front of him like the fucking girl from The Grudge. And then just making sure to make audible bone-clicking sounds, she will straighten up at her knees and stand up.
I see. Xalia, are you alright?
A little happy.
Well, anyhow, and Zoaz will step off the lift and make towards Andor.
Alright. The lovely party is suddenly attacked by a Windows update.
Oh,
Oh no.
Horrifying.
I know this is a horror
Gosh,
campaign.
darn Windows updates.
Narrowly escaping with your lives, you step into Rock Lobster Landing, and it is very clearly and obviously a working district. There's the smell of tobacco lingering on the air, mixing in with the dusty smell. Everybody, make a roll a wisdom check, just a general wisdom check, like a little. Give me a feel for the area.
Wisdom, you say?
I like how I bounced off someone.
Uh-huh.
No, you still only got a 10.
Very wise.
I'm pretty wise.
Okay, the DC was
Slightly
10.
wise.
So you're looking around, and it seems just a little bit seedy. It seems like this place could use another contingent of Doomstriders. At times, it seems like the only sentries are the towers that the lifts are attached to. You sidle past some people muttering about. Let's see here.
Oh, I have to know something.
Yes.
Twig, how long do you keep holding Makayla's hand? Because she wouldn't let go. She'd like wait for you to let go.
Just until we the lift reached the bottom, and then Twig would let go, breathe a sigh of relief.
I don't think it was the bottom, technically. It's
Well,
just the
until-
next stop.
Where it's
Yeah, the next stop.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to know.
There's another conversation about the same topic, or you've heard the same topic twice now. Something about mercenaries being hired to assist the Doomstriders, and people are grumbling about it. But as you sidle through some people, and many people just stand idly on street corners, just eyeing you suspiciously, and overall keeping to themselves. Until, at last, you come up to the bar. It's bigger than you might have imagined, yet it does appear like it could use some repairs. There's the stone steps are crumbling, the wood needs attention. There's a loud clearing of the throat, and you see now standing next to the door in the darkness is a man holding an outstretched palm. He wiggles his fingers. I ain't seen you around here before. Covers 10 copper.
Sorry, my friend. I am just showing these travelers to this establishment. I will be on my way shortly. Zoaz is going to walk over to Pastiche and put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Good luck, my friend." And then he's going to step out.
You feel for a moment that he may need it.
What did he? Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say your name was? I could not hear you.
Name's Nail. I'm the bouncer here, and I'm about to bounce you. No cover, no get in. You can see he's got like a bronze earring that's hanging from another bronze earring on his right ear.
Sorry, we simply wish to enter the establishment. But
And you can for 10 copper. It's the cover fee. No one gets in without cover.
is he bullshit? Is there a way to like tell if he's trying to just like bullshit us? And what's the term? Effectively just trick us out of 10 copper. I mean, it's 10 copper.
Scam you?
Like nothing.
Scam
Yeah,
you?
scam.
You can roll insight, sure.
It's not nothing. That's 10 good copper.
Oh, I assume it's like per person. Then it's like 40 copper, but like still. So what am I doing?
Roll insight,
Insight?
please. Oh, sorry, Mitch is not here. A natural 20 will do. A natural 20 will do it.
Hold on, let me just get the third one real quick.
I can't see.
Oh, yeah, Chuman cannot see.
Here, I'll give you a little.
Bang.
I'll give you a little token. There you go. Now you can see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Twig, I mean, seems on the level. There's cover fees. Pastiche, Pastiche, Makayla, I mean, yeah, there's cover fees. But...
Okay. I mean, it's just a tavern.
Yeah, but there might be a... There absolutely is a I haven't seen you before surcharge on top of it.
Cover for what exactly?
Oh, hold on. And Xalia, make a roll athletics or acrobatics check. As you see this, you see Nail the bouncer go up and try to grasp at Xalia's ankles, and very uncaringly rips her off of the house and lets her go mid-flight. And Xalia, you kind of like skid a bit on your bottom.
Fucking hit at him.
The killer just kind of sighs and sorry about that. Is that going to be 10 copper per person?
That's right. No one goes on top of the bar without cover neither.
Do not pay any mind to has her own customs. And yeah, Makayla will just start paying copper, not wanting trouble. Not at this juncture, at least.
Yeah. And Twig says, that sounds fair enough, and pays up the copper without a fight.
Okay, doke.
I will pay Makayla's share. as well.
You'll pay Makayla's share?
Sorry, Xalia's share. I will pay Makayla's share.
I mean, if you weren't, she was about to phantasmal force her pay.
Oh my god.
Exactly why I'm doing it. And what is the copper? Is it 5 copper for
Real
silver?
close.
Yeah.
What's that, Thomas?
Pastiche is gonna get right up in Nail's face.
Do you know who I am?
He studies you for a moment. He crosses his arms while he does so. Maybe takes like a couple gazes at the side. And he sniffs. His imposing sneer returns to his face. Ain't never seen you before in my life.
Well, don't forget my face. I won't forget yours.
And then he'll pay 10 copper.
He holds out his hand and nods. Aye.
10 copper isn't that much.
It sure isn't.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Don't you literally have like 1,000 gold?
Yeah, this isn't even your copper.
Don't worry about it.
Nail deposits all the copper and thumbs his nose and sniffs. Hey, face rememberer, what's your name?
Pastiche.
I'll remember that too. The grand entry, if you please. And he bows and opens the door for you.
Xalia sticks like 5 tongues out at him as she passes him.
Gives you a wink.
Have a nice day.
Hi. You too, Marm. Enjoy your night. And behind you, Nail closes the door, and you hear him slump, you hear the wood shift as it bears his weight again. He slumps against the wall there. Yeah, we'll stick Zoaz in there too, so we can see. So you enter the tavern of and/or. There's smoky, low flames from hanging lanterns that barely illuminate these cracked walls. cracked stone walls. There's a wooden floor. This establishment, single room space, is catering to patrons of looks like the smaller stature at this time of night. Some of them bearing the results of occupational hazards with scars, burns, and other wounds. Sparse few in the area are gathered around traditional dice and card games. There's a billiards table that it has the balls on the table as if mid-game, but no one is playing. And at the far end is the bar, which stands an orcish man cleaning a glass. He seems a little familiar, as his gruff demeanor and white beard look up to see who entered.
Bailey is immediately going to start fucking with the billiards table.
What would you like to do with the billiards table?
Everything in the fucking book.
Okay.
Which includes but not limited to actually trying to play it, moving the balls and tossing them to herself, making illusions of the balls going various places. Making new balls.
Okay.
Oh,
Removing
no.
some.
Did anyone else as a little kid, if they ever got access to a billiards table, like roll them across the table and try to run around to the other side of the table and catch them before they bounce out of reach?
Yes.
Every time.
Because
Yeah.
I did that. Ripping the
Twig is just watching the billiards table and like nodding along sagely, saying, "I've never seen that trick before. It's impressive."
Bailey will do her best to explain, but it's entirely in like.
weirdnesses. Oh,
Twig just continues nodding along as if he understands everything. He does not.
It's a little awkward for me to move my map, so if we could just like ping where there's like a goblin from this happening.
There's quite a few goblins here.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
about 4 of them from what I can see, or 5 of them.
Oh, there are a lot of hobgoblins, too.
Oh yeah, there are.
Choose to pick win a
Maybe.
Thank you, Accel.
Thank you, Accel.
I aim to please.
Choose your goblin, win a prize.
Okay. So you enter in. Xalia and Twig immediately head to the billiards table. You see a familiar-looking orc behind the bar, and you also see very many unfamiliar goblins and hobgoblins and dwarves. What would you like to do as the bartender appears to be trying but failing to get your attention?
Who specifically? Just all of us, or?
Anyone that looks over in his direction. Although, actually no. Based on who's here. Makayla, you would not recognize this person, but
Okay.
Twig and Pastiche would.
Pastiche would approach the bar.
Okay.
Twig will catch his eye and also approach.
Okay, I want to do like 2 things, I guess. I want to just sort of scan the room to see, like, if there's someone that like kind of clearly looks like they're waiting for someone.
Okay. Roll me an insight check.
Yeah, I can't do.
All these, many of these, it's hard to distinguish each patron from the next. A lot of them are just sipping drinks or playing dice. Every once in a while, they'll kind of like jeer at each other, at whoever's losing. There's a dwarf that, sorry, not a dwarf. There's a goblin that appears to be very curious at what Xalia is doing to the billiards table. But everyone in here seems to have a purpose. No one here seems nervous or anything like that.
Is anyone like eyeing? I guess I'm curious. The second thing is anyone sort of specifically eyeing Pastiche and Twig as they walk to the bar versus like the commotion Xalia is making?
That would be every patron that they go past.
Okay.
It is a peculiar duo, Pastiche and Twig, so naturally they catch the attention of every patron that they saddle past. For a brief moment, and then they just return to whatever they're doing. It's kind of like when you come in, like when you go into the saloon and you bust open the saloon doors, everyone looks like, and then everyone goes back to what they're doing.
Sure. Just trying to see if anyone was like keeping their eyes on them.
You can.
Kind of just hold back and kind of just observe.
Yeah. Okay. Pastiche and Twig, you come up to your boy Gruff Tabin. he smiles and hails you, and he's cleaning a glass and, oh, hey there. What brings you my way to this neck of the woods?
Do I know him?
You do not.
Okay.
Wait,
We do.
wait. Does Xalia know him? Did Xalia go along? I forget actually.
Xalia was there?
Yeah, Xalia was there. Sorry. Xalia.
Just because Xalia was there does not mean that she
Yeah.
knows him.
I don't think she interacted with him, but I'm pretty
Xalia
sure
was there but didn't pay attention.
Okay. So perhaps not
He's-
Xalia.
Was he the one that like congratulated them for the and wanted the money back?
Made a bet.
Yeah, he's our
Okay,
biggest
cool.
fan.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Actually, your biggest fan.
Twig is going to say, my friend, how are you doing? What brings you to Baskar?
Oh, I'm doing well. What brings me to Baskar? I work here. I live here. I left right away after you helped me out there, and I had to get to work if I was going to make any money tonight.
Well, that makes sense. We're here for a job as well.
Oh. Well, a job's a job, I suppose. You don't look like miners. What brings you here?
Twig is gonna lower his voice a little bit so that it's a little bit quieter, and he'll just say, we're looking for a goblin named Freals. Would you know if he's a regular here, or if he's around?
He resumes standing upright. He kind of like looks around, cleans the glass. Well, say I did. May I? Now I have utmost confidence and trust in you all, of course, but come into a barn looking specifically for a person. May I ask why you're looking for her? See, we take care of our own here. I just want to make sure that he's not getting mixed up in nothing.
Oh no, it's nothing like that. He's actually the one with the job for us, and he'll tell us what to do next. So we're just looking for him so he can tell us what to do.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
So I'm just making a stealth check to, kind of have people like, be in the corner, have people kind of forget that I'm there. It's like
Makayla fades
my
into the
presence
shadows.
kind of just,
You blend in with the crowd. You easily sidle in and become a wallflower.
Cool.
Twig, Gruff Tabin nods
move over here.
and he's like, well, you are the victor of the contest and you've won me a good sum of money. I want to believe you, Twig, but you haven't given me much cause to go on. I'm afraid if we're gonna beat around the bush, I'm afraid I ain't seen him.
Twig puts his hands up and says, "That's fine. I know you want to take care of your own, but well, we're trying to help him as well. And if we if we can't find him, then we won't be able to help him. So I don't think he or I would want that.
Well, that's true, but who sent you? Surely, are you working for somebody?
Oh, just a little birdie.
Make a nothing check because Gruff Tavin thinks of the only bird he knows. And he leans in closer.
He knows at least 2 birdies.
Sorry, you're my mistake. Tavin's mistake. Maybe he doesn't know you know you. Anyway, Tavin leans in closer to you, Pastiche. Goes, that'll be Miss Yay. Is that a
Pastiche
fact?
kind of raises an eyebrow, but doesn't respond.
Alright. If it's Yai, she must have something. Alright. He gives his head a quick tilt to his right, and in that direction is a lone goblin sitting near the bar. He appears to be writing something down, or like he's in some sort of notebook with a pen, and he's got like a double size tankard next to him.
At this point, Makayla kind of like made her way up.
Right over there. He's just trying to like say it under his breath, or can I get you anything to drink?
I'll have a gin and tonic, please.
Ah, coming right up.
Twig nods and says, "Does this bar have a specialty?"
Why, yes, we do. Young Twig, be a copper for the young lady over there. Gin and tonic, here you are. Twig, this bar's specialty is something. How to put it? It's not quite everyone's taste, but it is everyone's taste, you know. It's made from something that you can find down here in the depths, and when you get it all briny, oh, it knocks your socks off.
Something of a local specialty?
I haven't heard of it being served anywhere else.
I'll take one.
Well, it's 2 copper for the adventurous one.
While Tavin and Twig are conversing, Pastiche is going to try to slip a mug out of his belongings without being noticed.
Slip a mug out of Pastiche's belongings?
Uh-huh.
Roll sleight of hand. Don't roll lower than a 5. Good enough.
Easy.
Easy.
Pastiche is going to slink away from the conversation and mutter, "Where's the rum gone?"
You hear you hear like a quiet fountain noise, just as the mug in your hand gets heavier.
Did I get my gin?
Yes, Makayla, you have a gin and tonic. Twig, you have broiling up with you something called a Sand King.
Sand King?
Yeah.
Makayla will sort of go up to this table, to this goblin, saying, I guess, Pastiche, you already just sit down. Alright. she'll say in Goblin, as I guess Twig and Pastiche kind of just sit down and is the seat taken? Or, yeah. General sort of seats around.
Okay. You startle the Goblin, who you can see was working on a crossword puzzle. And he like starts and like his knees hit the underside of the table. There's noises, and he responds to you and Goblin with a nod. Yeah, and that obviously means no. Go right ahead.
Yeah, she'll sort of pull up a seat, sit down.
While you're sitting down, he casts a worried glance over to Gruff Tavin, and who you can see nods and winks and goes to cleaning a glass.
So I said that like sort of loud enough, not like yelling or anything, but just like sort of loud enough that it would be perceptible to to others. Like I wasn't trying to hide it. Did anyone would anyone have like specifically looked over?
Yeah.
When I started talking in Goblin.
There's a Goblin to the table next to you, and there's like a confused look upon his brow.
Okay.
Then he goes back to ignoring you.
Right.
Because, by golly, he just won big. He got a 7 on his dice.
On a D9. Yep. That is not physically possible.
They don't figure it out.
Right. Yeah, she'll continually when I'll speak back in common. Where are you not, friend? Coming on behalf of... she's saying this quietly. On behalf of someone who you would expect. The Miss Vasiroko.
The Goblin that you have sat next to, clearly skittish and nervous, is looking like now that they're being approached when previously they were just comfortable, lost in their own crossword puzzle world. Is obviously fearful of you, but once you mention the captain of the Duneshrider's name, he visibly settles down a little bit. So you can see now that this goblin is wearing just like a dirty purple vest, like some kind of like leather vest, and work boots, and underneath over that some overalls and stuff. They've got slick black hair and large ears, as is per normal of a goblin. He has eyes that dart back between the three of you, and first thing out of his mouth is hey, why didn't Yaya come? Where is she?
She decided that it would be best to ask us nobodies, people who aren't so high profile, to try and, I guess, investigate this case. She thought a Duneshrider would attract too much attention. I do apologize, it is alarming to find 3 people when you only expected 1.
Twig is gonna pass him the Sand King and say, Here, a gift from us. I know it's sudden, but we're on your side here.
But, what is it?
Well, you might know better than me, but it's a local specialty. I was assured it's very good.
Oh, it's the Sand King.
You don't sound like a fan.
No, it's too much for me, thanks. Freals clearly trying to stay calm. Make a persuasion check with advantage, Makayla.
Okay, cool. Oh, with advantage.
Shoutouts to
Thank
advantage.
God.
Let's get that natural one out of here. Oh no!
Well,
Even
You thought you were getting it out of here.
I like how I've only rolled low on persuasions, and that's the thing I put my expertise in.
I like how on my screen the die got caught in the corner of the screen and was stuck between 1 and 19.
Wow.
Double ones, Sag.
Let's see here. I don't believe you. Excuse me. It's time for my shift, and nice meeting you. And Freals gets up to leave.
Pastiche is idly sipping his rum.
He makes a stomp off with Gruff tapping first, making pointing over his back with his thumb at the group.
You know, wait. You know, on the ceiling.
Yes. Spider climb is still active.
Okay, yeah. Go off. Okay, well, sort of sigh and look to Pastiche. Perhaps we overwhelmed him. Maybe just. Oh, sorry, what?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Say maybe just one of us would have better luck.
Freals is on his way out now. One of the Xalia is interfering with this dice game. There's another roar of victory, which causes Freals to jump like a full 5 feet off to the side, and he bows his head and begins heading towards the door. And he's going to exit unless somebody does anything.
Twiggy's gonna try to meet him outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Twig gets
I'll have faith in Twig.
and goes outside, and let's see. So you follow him, or you're
I just
already
wanna-
there?
I just want to catch his attention as he passes by, and Twig's gonna tell him that, I know he may not believe us, but I can convince him that Yai did send us.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
I want to mimic Yai's voice
Oh,
when
okay.
she introduced herself, so I can speak to him in her voice.
Okay. What do you say what do you say from Yai?
I am Yai Vasarako, current captain of the Hollandaise Dune Striders, with the associated squawks.
Okay.
I just didn't want to say it in the middle of the bar.
All right. When you begin talking to him, he sends a cautious glance over to Nail, and he opens his mouth, potentially to tell Nail that you're bothering him, and but then Yae's voice comes out, and there's a shift in demeanor. Cancel that persuasion roll. You auto succeed. And you can see Freals exhale, just and put his hands out to steady himself against nothing. You can see Nail kind of like shift up, but he's still got his arms crossed. He's eyeballing you too. And Freals looks more amenable to the discussion. It's like, alright, yeah. That's her. Yeah, okay. I believe you now then. What happens now? Do we talk out here, or we go inside, or?
Whatever you would be more comfortable with. I know you're putting yourself out here for us.
Okay. Well, there's more people in there, so let's go in there.
That sounds good to me.
Freals walks back in and pats Nail on the shoulder, and Nail gives a little as you wish bow and closes the door after he goes in. Alright. Freals returns to the table after initially getting spooked, and he looks over all three of you. The half elf, the elf, the lizard folk, and the Kenku, and so what do you want to know? Should I start? Do you want to start, or sorry, it's my first time.
You are the one with the information. Tell us what you were expecting to have to tell Vasaraka.
Alright, well, you see, there's a whole heap of things going on. Well, first off, he's keeping in a low voice, but first off, my friend Priggs there, she got murdered. Killed in cold blood. I saw it, and then there's something else that you ought to know is there's the kidnapping of that House Dorian child, and then that's not all. You see, the Sparkers, and then in the middle of Freals' exposition, as he just continues on.
Right.
I was just saying, Makayla is like keeping her eyes sort of moving around the room, always checking to see who's trying to look / maybe listen in.
Okay.
Pastiche is doing the exact opposite, keeping their eyes locked directly on the goblin.
Okay, I got sick but a meal directly into the mic. I don't know if that came through, but you did it. Aw.
Good.
Meow meow. Let's see. So, while you're listening to Freals' story about what the happenings and goings on, right after Freals says, and that's not all, the Sparkers, and there's the telltale ellipses, as kaboom! A bolt of fire explodes inches from Freals' head and blasts into the bar. You can suss out the direction came from the opening. Just Freals is monumentally spooked and bolts. You cast a gaze over to the door, which is now open, and you can see a sort of like a stony skinned Duragard just get the ever living lights punched out of them by Nail. They go flying a couple feet out of the door shot, and Dale limbers up, stretches his head, and then goes off to take care of business. But Freals is out of there. You're gonna have to chase him down as you are scooting through the town. So how this works is everyone rolls initiative.
Okay.
Remember, Pastiche has advantage. Never mind.
Does he need it? Natural 20.
What advantage?
That was the advantage, Kiki.
Yeah, that was the advantage.
Makayla finishes her drink. She's
It was the advantage energy. Alright, so you guys are running through the streets of Baskar, and Freals is maybe 60, 90 feet ahead of you. You're all running at the same time, so it's not like you can catch up and be like, haha, opportunity attack. So Freals is booking it. So what you can do is these are fancy chase rules. So what happens is during your turn, you can freely use the dash action a number of times equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier. Each additional dash action after that requires a Constitution check, or you gain a level of exhaustion. And then a participant of the chase drops out if 5 exhaustion levels are reached. You do not die instead. This is just like chase exhaustion. Or of course, you can do anything else you like with your action. And then normal rules for like cover, terrain, and so on. And then fancy things will happen during the chase. And then a chase ends when one side or the other stops, or when Freals escapes, or if you are close enough to Freals that you can catch him. So let me put on some chase music.
Cue in Eurobeat.
Oh, that's what I should have done. You're right. Dang it, missed opportunity. Alright,
Next chase.
next chase. Alright, so Freel, you guys are... Let's put you back into Baskar. Doesn't really matter because this is all like Theater of the Mind stuff.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Chuman,
I am going to Zoaz close to the entrance to sort of indicate that he is near the infirmary.
Okay.
It's okay.
Let's see here. Freals is maybe 90 feet away from you. Where is Freals?
He's already gone.
Dang, he escaped?
He won't escape.
You said he was booking it.
He really did. He's not on my list anymore. Alright, whatever. Just copy paste him.
Did the Resident Evil Leon mad dash?
Okay. Freals is cartoon character Smoke Cloud, and I imagine everyone's chasing after him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mean to assume.
Makayla might actually she might stay back to try and go after the attacker, person that tried to do the hit on him.
Okay.
And Xalia put in chat that she was climbing to the top of the bar.
Yeah, she's sticking around and watching Nail punch that dude.
Yeah, Makayla would go up to the guy that Nail's beating up.
Yeah,
Like trying to go and interrogate him once Nail's done.
he looks like he's not gonna be able to make much of a response after Nail's through with him.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. He'll be fine.
Let's see here. So,
He'll have 1 HP.
Pastiche, you can hear the goblin yelping and scurrying through the streets of Baskar, and you hear some barrels topple over. What would you like to do? It is your turn.
So just to get this straight, we can use the dash action and still use a normal action as long as we have our free uses of it?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna dash at him
Okay.
as far as I can.
All right. So you're keeping pace with him. I have my notes. You are. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. You're pretty good. You are able to keep pace with him. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He does not get any further ahead. He maintains about 90 feet in front of you.
Then I will point at him while I'm chasing. And whisper, "Slow down, we'll protect you."
Okay. In your head, you hear a reply of just a very scared Freals. No, 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 no. Also, part of the reply is, "They're assassins. They set me up."
Okay.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
You get him, buddy.
All right.
I think that's my turn.
Okay. Twig.
How far ahead of Twig would he be?
During this chase sequence, if you're considered like keeping pace unless something bad happens.
So like about 90 feet away?
Yes.
Okay. Twig is going to take a deep breath and say, "I'm trusting you, Risby." He's going to activate the velocity defrictionalizers.
Okay. Pastiche, you're actually maybe about 60 feet away. Just to... Okay, so you've got the... Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. But this is important.
Oh no.
Perfect.
Friction is for other people.
You mean, it's pronounced friction.
Oh, excuse me.
What would you like to do with your velocity frictionalizers?
I'm going to zoom forward in a straight line at maximum speed, all 100 feet, to try and overtake Freals.
Okay.
So I can stop in front of him.
Alright. So, let's see if Twig is alive.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to crash into him.
Let's see here. The second sentence. I think you are 32. Okay. So, Twig.
Intense fear.
You catch up to Freals. And you... I'm pretty sure this ends the chase.
One way or the other.
Amazing.
Alright, so this absolutely ends the chase. So I'm going to make an adjustment.
Well, is Twig able to stop is probably the more important question.
Twig is not able to stop. He's
The brakes are sold separately.
Brakes are sold separately. So you're not trying to crash into him. You're just trying to like catch him.
Get in front of him.
Get in front of him. Okay, you definitely get in front of him.
Okay.
That much is for certain.
I feel like there's more to that sentence.
There is more to that sentence. Alright, Twig, you strap on your velocity defrictionalizers and you click the heels together and then away you go. Pastiche, you see a blur of feathers, and I think I had a funny story. No, I didn't. Sorry. Alright, so you see a blur of purple feathers careen past you towards the direction Freals is going. You also hear like an ah! And there's cartoon noises of within an alleyway as Freals ducks into an alleyway and trash cans go everywhere. There's there's the sound effects as slips and sliding everywhere. Let's see, Twig, you take 44 damage.
Oh.
Easily livable. I'm dying.
Oh.
And you are at 0.
Okay.
But the chase ends.
Wait, that doesn't instantly kill you, does it?
It does not.
It puts
Okay.
at 0.
If it were about 10 damage more, I would have died, but...
Okay.
Let's see here. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Let me change the next scene.
The purest of banjo. Oh.
Let's see here. Makayla is... So who is
So
chasing?
I got a nice spot over here.
So who is chasing? Makayla is not. Xalia is. Pastiche is.
No, it's just Pastiche and Twig.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Well.
Twig, I got a nice spot
Y'all
over here.
remember where the infirmary is?
So of course it's an alleyway that Twig crashes into. And yeah, you guys win the chase. Congratulations.
But at what cost?
All right, so Twig, you are down. Oh wait, let me stop that other combat encounter.
To be fair, this is probably the absolute funniest way to go out and play.
Can't believe you actually put a... Did you break the wall at that point too?
The laws of physics, maybe.
How fast were you traveling down this alleyway?
Just a twig-shaped hole in the wall.
So I'm gonna have to write you a ticket for abuse of speeding.
Okay. So Pastiche.
Yeah.
You see this blur of purple feathers and accompanied crashing noises, yelps from a goblin. It's coming from this alleyway, and you arrive at the alleyway, and you turn the corner and see Freals, like on his back, prone, and so is Twig, with a pair of like sputtering, smoking, sparking roller skates. Feet with wheels on them. And the alleyway is trashed. There's some kind of like spill that destroyed everything. What would you like to do?
Pastiche sees this, stops for a moment, looks around frantically. Hello?
Freals
And
whines, pain! And I need a death save from Twig.
Oh my
So,
god.
would this just be a flat d20?
Regular d20.
Alright, check this out.
Alright, you succeed
Oh.
one. Pastiche, you're up again.
after freaking out a little bit more, and seeing that no one else is in the alley, Pastiche is gonna run towards Freals and Twig. Twig?
Oh, sorry. You mentioned you looked around. Give me a perception check.
Okay, cool.
A 20. A 19 plus 1. Let's see. You do not see anybody, but you do hear a pitter-patter of sorts upon roof shingles. It sounds like 1, 2, maybe 3.
Twig, Freals? Can either of you walk?
There's no response from Twig, but you can still see his chest moving up and down.
Freals slowly gets up to a sitting position. He's rubbing his shoulder and he looks up at you. My blood hurts.
Twig?
I'll need a death saving throw from Twig.
Let's go. Double 11s.
Twig's chest is from the adrenaline. It should be going very rapidly, but it is slowing down. He seems like he must have hit his head. He's unconscious. He's not responsive. Maybe his wing isn't supposed to twist like that.
Aw.
And to add to the problems, somebody jumps down dramatically in front of you.
Unbelievable.
Let's see here. Who do you see? You see a life form.
Life form?
A life? a life form.
Okay.
Seems to be somewhat more of a like a bestial figure. They have kind of like an animalistic hunch to them. This person has like larger eyes, and they're wearing a garment that has numerous purple and white gradient feathers hanging from it. Beneath the feathers, you can see the material is black. They land in and they look at you, they look at Freals, they look at Twig. They unsheath this leaf-shaped blade from a side scabbard, pointed at you. Pastiche, the only one standing, and say in a demanding voice, "Hand over the idiots."
Sigma.
Which one?
Wow.
Well, do you need them both?
She flourishes, just like cuts an X in the air, and then shouts out, "Get his ass!" And I need you to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Twig, go ahead and roll initiative too.
Oh, let's go.
Nice, Sigma.
What a way.
Let me add her.
Really nailing those 11s.
Uh-huh.
I really am. All I need to do is keep nailing those 11s.
I got him. Let me just wake up.
Twig at 1 health soloing the encounter.
I can hear now in his dreams. Let me at him.
Let me at him.
How long would this have be going on for?
This is maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay.
Zoaz really possible time.
You might have. No, you wouldn't have. Never mind. I was gonna say you might have seen them like running through Vaskar, but no, they're on a lower ring than the infirmary is.
I was gonna say, what about the sound?
Yeah, would we have heard this?
Twig slamming into the wall at Mach 3.
There's definitely a pretty big thump.
Unfortunately, the din of the mining town, or the mining city, as big as it is, has drowned out this stuff.
I tried, chat.
I tried, chat.
Maybe.
Alright, Pastiche, you do have the first to react.
Alright.
As this lady levels this leaf-shaped blade towards you, it looks like there's something hanky about it. Your training is going off.
Well, Pastiche is going to put himself between Twig and the assailant. And spray some minky stuff on him.
Okay. Let's see here. Feather will make a Constitution saving throw. Nails it. Wow. With a natural 19.
Well. Stay back! Back!
Okay. Let's see. Next one is from the rooftops. You hear more pitter patter just off the shingles, and who leaps from the building? The feathery cloaked person yells out, "Get rid of this snake!" And zoop, somebody collides with you, Pastiche. They make a huge leap, flying leap from the roof of the house, and goes to slide a dagger into you.
Please don't.
It's gonna do it. Let's see here. Hiya! You see him at the last second, and she's yelling out. 11. Does an 11 hit you?
It sure doesn't.
Okay, he's gonna do it again.
Wow!
Natural 20.
Ah!
Does a 25 hit?
Misses!
Oh wait, hang on. Does he have multi-attack?
No, obviously not. Why would he?
Yeah, that would be dumb.
I mean, he did take in the action of barreling into Pastiche. Isn't that an action?
Well, multi-attack is its own thing.
Okay, he does have multi-attack, but it's different. You don't get crit by a natural 20 for too much dice damage. Instead, you have to make a intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Talked once.
Pastiche have high IQ, yes!
Okay. This
Where did you work
dwarf,
out?
this dwarven form jumps on top of you from high above the roof and collides with you, trying to find purchase in your scaly hide with its nasty-looking dagger, and then you wriggle out of its grasp before it can embed the pointy bit in you, and then you feel this crawling sensation in your head, whispering nasty thoughts. Just get him, yes. But you shrug it off.
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely the twig-shaped crater. Okay.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. This feather-cloaked individual is going to tumble all around you. Gonna kind of like appear to rush towards you, then feint the last second, just kind of spin around you, and is going to try to stab Freals. Sorry, buddy.
Boy.
21 hits, Freals.
Oh, double boy.
Should have had a shield.
It's true.
Let's see here. All right. All right. This Xiphus sticks into Freals' sitting form, and Freals, the goblin, holds his wound as this person returns the blow, and then his eyes just kind of like roll in the back of his head, and he wobbles for a moment, and it seems that with even just one blow, Freals lays back down on his back.
Oh no.
And confident in her achievement, this animalistic-looking person turns toward Pastiche, gives you a wicked grin. Seems like you're a little outmatched here, friend. Let me give you something to remember me by. My name is Feather. Don't you forget it. Twig, I need a death saving throw from you.
No problem at all.
Yeah, this is easy. This is easy. Yes.
Alright, you stabilize. You're at 0. Roll me a 1d4.
Actually insane. He goes at the speed of light and he still stabilizes.
We'll see you in 2 hours.
I got a comfy bed for you to join.
Okay.
We're gonna fill up the hospital by ourselves.
Let's see here. Freals does not need to make a death saving throw. Pastiche, what would you like to do? As you are assailed. There's this kind of like weird, shorter than you, but definitely like almost feral looking dwarf. He's just kind of like all gangly and with like gnashing teeth, and he's got this weird look in his eye. And then you have a cocky, smiling, a little bit of hunched, but very feathery lady who has proclaimed her name to be Feather. What would you like to do? Notably, she's not a bird.
Yeah.
Slight appearances.
I think Pastiche is gonna look straight at Feather and say, "Listen, you can have the goblin, just leave the bird, he's my friend."
Make a persuasion check.
Will do. I'm really good at these.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you are.
Is that the new strat? Be a disadvantage and still make the throw.
You can see her relax a little bit, and she's just tossing the Xiphus in her hand. Very, very sure of the situation. She's got like this sly smile on her face. She looks like she has plans.
Oh no! I hate plans.
The suspense of plan.
You still have your action and bonus action. I'll let talking during combat the first time be free if it's short.
Okay. I guess we'll do the classic.
Hell yeah!
Wait, does that mean that you also echo whenever you talk to?
I could.
Alright, tell me about this amazing mirror image. As you... Oh, here, let me... Oh, everyone already moved themselves. You got an audience?
Oh, cool.
Alright, go ahead.
Well,
Everyone's looking at you. What does the mirror image look like?
Pastiche very hastily swings their brush around themselves, much more sloppily than usual, clearly distressed, as 3 other pastiches form in the immediate surrounding area.
Are they also just as distressed?
You can see them shivering a little.
Oh no!
Okay. Got anything for that stout bonus action? You want to move or stay there?
We're gonna stay here.
Okay. Alright. Feather gestures to her cohort and jokingly says, see how strong his mind is.
Oh no.
And then I need an intelligence saving throw from Pastiche.
You got it.
Alright. Get the birds out. Roast it. You hear some weird whispers. But you grunt, squint your eyes, and shunt him out of your head. And then it seems like you were being toyed with by these two.
Yeah.
It's not very pleasant. Feather, however, looks over at Freals. She seems to be counting something on her hand. 1, 2. Oh, you're still here. And then she goes to cut you. It's a 14 hit.
What is it, 20? It's a 20. It will hit one of my duplicates.
Okay. She slashes one of the duplicates, it fades away, and ink splashes on Twig. And then she kind of chuckles, he's got a lot of them, look at him. How about this? And then she flexes her hand, and it seems to morph all at once into a wicked pair of talons, and she goes to claw at you with the talons.
Alright.
Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. A natural 20. Does it hit your clones?
No.
Okay. Feather, that chuckles, like, come on, we did our job. Let's let this one lie. And after some taunting, Feather makes a show of turning her back to you for a moment. The feathers on her cloak change from a purple and white gradient to like a like a sky blue into a jungle green. And they look around. And she looks around at you, still smiling. Like this was like she did her job. Like, alright, I got one more trick for you, Snake Man. Ninja vanish! And she throws down a smoke bomb. There is a puff of smoke. And you hear the pitter-patter of people escaping into the night.
Alright.
And you hold out for a moment, holding her paintbrush, listening, trying to hear if there's another attack coming on. Wait for a few minutes, and it seems that the danger is past. And you are now back to...
Oh.
You are now back to Baskar in an alley with an unconscious goblin and an unconscious Kenku next to you. What would you like to do, Pastiche?
Well, Pastiche is gonna bend down and try to throw Twig over one of their shoulders.
Okay, easy enough.
I guess may as well also try to carry Freals.
Okay. You roll me medicine on Freals.
Cool.
Because naturally
right.
you would try to inspect him.
Where the heck is medicine? There it is.
Man's is bleeding.
He's bleeding.
Let's see. He is also shivering uncontrollably. He got stabbed really good in the gut. So it's a miracle that he's alive, but he is probably gonna die without medical attention. This is... there's a nagging thought in your head. Roll history, too.
Okay.
Okay. There's a nagging thought in your head, and you realize that this is a reaction that you have seen before many years ago. It's been quite some time since you've encountered anything like this, especially with your occupation of painting. But memories start to return to you, and this is definitely a quick acting maneuver, and you get the sense that the people that have done this don't play fair.
You don't say. Well,
you're not quite sure how long Freals has, but you are sure that he has not long. And that's what your 10 medicine check and your 17 history gets you.
we're gonna stick with the original plan and do our best to carry both of them.
Okay.
Go shonen method.
Alright, Pastiche. Where are you headed? What would you like to do?
I would like to leave this alleyway the way I came.
Absolutely.
Find the nearest lift.
Alright. Let's see, it takes some looking. You're not familiar with Baskar, but following the sounds of metal and of lifts takes you maybe about a minute or two to find one, and a third and fourth minute to board one. This one is Oh no, is it headed up or down? This one's headed up. The buoyant magic crackles beneath you, and in a 5th and 6th minute, you reach the top of Baskar. You are out on the upper ring somewhere, and you look around at the red glowing lights across the city, and you recall in your head the directions that you traveled and the way you came. You move past a couple familiar buildings. You spot a shop that you laid eyes on before but didn't enter. It appears to have like polished rocks and gemstones and specializes in some kind of like moderate arcana with those rocks. That was an interesting thing. So like you marked it in your head as where it was, so you maneuver past there, and where are you headed?
To the infirmary.
That's exactly where you go, and that's exactly where you arrive. You are there with, let's see here, you arrive. Who else is at the infirmary?
Zoaz would be at the infirmary.
Okay.
Chuman would be.
Obviously, me.
I am
Okay.
so sorry. Sorry. I've been disconnected for like the past 20 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. Nothing happened.
Okay.
Nothing of import happened.
Wow.
Just some talking.
Yeah.
You're
I saw
fine.
the
Prestige
very
became the
start.
lead.
Alright.
Prestige got jumped, and then that's the last thing I
Alright,
saw.
Pastiche, you hurry over to the infirmary. You bust in. There's this lovely older half-elf lady, Genevieve, with her nice white nurse's outfit with platinum trims. She says, "Oh, hello, dearie. Who do you have there?"
There's no time. The goblin, he needs immediate attention.
Oh, well, I should say so. He's got a stab wound. Did a mining pick hit him? Here, bring him on the table. And then Zoaz, probably from the commotion you hear in the lobby, you can exit Chuman's room, and you arrive, and you see Pastiche with a worried look on his face, and carrying Twig and a goblin.
Pastiche, what happened? Zoaz will run over and immediately he's going to. Okay. He would immediately use Healing Word on. Would he use it on Twig? I think he would use it on Freals first.
Okay.
Not bad.
By Selene! He needs help!
Genevieve is fussing over the Kenku and the Goblin, and your call to Selene definitely reaches your goddess, and you feel the divine energy channel through you, but it appears that it falls upon deaf ears, because Freals does not stir. He is still shivering uncontrollably, and violently now.
I do not... Zoaz is at a loss. He's going to run into Chuman's room, and without saying anything, he reaches for Chuman's neck and rips the periapt of health off of Chuman's neck.
Alright.
And is going to return and desperately fix it around Freal's neck in just a plea. Like, this is the only thing he knows he thinks he can think of to do. And, he's also going to as he does this, say a prayer in his head and cast resistance on Freals.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all he can think to do.
Roll a D100.
Okay. Watch this 100. That's not a 100!
It's pretty close though.
Alright. Pastiche, you see Zoaz there. Rush out of the room, rush back into the room. He's hurriedly affixing this this pendant around the goblin's neck while Genevieve, this half-elf lady, goes about and doing her normal routine, where she's just making sure the goblin's comfy and fixing his physical wounds and hurts. And Frill is just shaking violently. Is there anything you would like to do?
I think Pastiche is probably gonna place a hand on Twig's chest and just kind of feel for a heartbeat.
Okay.
Make sure he's still doing alright.
It's there. There's the slow rise and fall of the Kenku's inhale and exhale. He'll probably be alright, but he needs rest just like Chuman does.
And Pastiche is gonna breathe a sigh of relief and just kind of wait to see what Freals' deal is.
Okay. Freals, shivering, calls for Pastiche.
Yes?
Come closer.
He will.
Please, let me give you some exposition.
Oh no.
This is twice now that someone has said that to you. I'm real cold, alright, but looks like they got me too. Please avenge me and Prig. You'll want to help that little Orion kid too. The Sparkers are hunting for something they ain't supposed to. In there. And he says Goblin death noises.
And where? Freals? Pastiche is gonna jostle him a bit. Freals!
Freals has stopped shivering.
Hmm.
In fact,
That's good, right?
He stopped moving altogether.
He's just taking a nap, right?
Zoaz is going to straighten up and then silently walk over to Twig and whisper a word of healing.
Five HP to Twig. Twig, you're brought back to the brink of consciousness by the sweet nothings of Lizardman Zoaz Atusk, the Moonlight Shepherd.
Twig's eyes are gonna crack open slightly, and he'll look up at Zoaz and say, Zom, is that you? Did you get taller?
Zoaz says nothing and is going to walk away.
Pastiche would still be in the room, right?
Yeah.
Pastiche. Where am I?
Twig. You idiot. We're at the infirmary. What did you do?
And Twig's gonna lay back down and look up at the ceiling. The last thing I remember is flipping on those boots that I got after we saved Risbiff from the Sparkers. What happened?
I don't know. I saw you take off, and then there was a loud crash, and it was you, and it was Freals in an alley, and some feathered person and a dwarf. They attacked me, and I'm glad you're okay, Twig.
Twig is gonna glance over at Freals, notice that he's not moving, and, like, motion towards him and say, Is he okay?
Pastiche is gonna break eye contact, glance at Freals. He was not so lucky.
Twig is just gonna look down at the ground. Well, I guess look up at the ceiling and lay back in the bed.
I think coming out of Chuman's room, having informed him of the proceedings, at least what he knows of them, Zoaz will say, I am going to locate Makayla and Xalia. I will return with shortly and walk out in an attempt to find them.
Pastiche will say, I'll leave you to your rest, Twig, before following Zoaz out the door.
The Half-Elf Lady Genevieve offers you a nice oatmeal cookie, Twig. Here you are, sweetie. Eat up, it'll get your strength back.
Twig is just gonna accept it, mostly unresponsive.
I feel like Makayla would have just let you two know, like, as you were running, that she was going to stay behind and try and interrogate the hitman.
Well, Zoaz wouldn't know anything of what went on.
Not Zoaz, sorry, I meant Pastiche and Twig, but yeah, just so that they know.
Pastiche did bolt out that door.
Back it.
Did roll a 20.
Did roll a 20. Natural 20. Alright, let's see here. Let's take a break. One 7-minute break. We'll be back at 9:10.
Okay.
Perfect.
Alright, let us return. We switch scenes to, I believe, Makayla hanging out with Nail, right?
Ayla's watching.
Yeah, so Makayla would have, like, asked Nail to make sure that he doesn't beat the... Oh, to make sure he beats the hitman just to the brink of death.
Okay.
And then she would try and call down Makayla.
Makayla called on Makayla.
But again, Xalia. She tried to call down Xalia.
Xalia is gonna give you a Y look.
One single one-off is a gremlin, and you forget it's not you.
Wait a minute, okay. She'd sort of... I might, I think I'll need your talents for this one.
Alright,
Okay.
she's gonna scrabble down, kind of doing like a reverse spider climb, where it's like, you know, her arms are behind her, her legs are behind her.
Oh, you're like crab walking. Okay.
Yeah, upside down, yeah.
Yeah. Could you... What is the scariest thing you could look like?
Nail gets up off this dwarf. Nail's pretty good at bouncing, and he has bounces, dude, like Sugar Ray Leonard. And this dwarf has a face, maybe.
He's still conscious, right?
Barely.
Xalia is going to shapeshift into Nail, but with like harsher shadows.
Inspiration Azalea.
That works. Actually, she'd
Making me laugh.
Kayla would go in. I should ask now if do you have a back room or somewhere more private so we do not have to do this out in the open?
Nail thinks.
Bailey is gonna grab the dwarf by the scruff of the neck.
Perfect.
The dwarf is suitably grappled by Xalia. By Nalia. Nail thinks. There's the kitchen. We'll have to ask Gruff Talon if you can use it, though. I'm sure he doesn't want dwarves bleeding over all his stuff.
Oh,
Zalia's gonna snap her fingers, and there's gonna be like a wall around everyone, like a small room.
oh,
Small illusory room off the side of the thing. I can't see.
Oh, here you are.
oh.
It is a very deliberately creepy room. There are chains hanging from shadowy ceiling.
Okay. There's a nail in this room.
Yes.
Okay.
Does it actually prevent sound, or is this fantastic too? I don't know how the spell works.
It would not prevent sound, but it prevents people from being noticed. Unless you're assuming you're gonna get loud.
But you may not know the properties of the spell, Makayla.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, you have Xalia's not gonna tell you, because, you know, Xalia.
Okay. Well, I guess this will suffice. Thank you, Sailor. And I will feed the it's a dwarf, right?
Yes. Is this dwarf with a huge mondo beard, kind of like bluish, stony colored skin. He's got like work pants on, some leathers, There's he had a hammer. It's been since discarded. Nail's eyeballing it.
Alright. Oh, actually, we should tie him up first.
You ponder for a moment about tying up the dwarf that has been beat within an inch of his life.
Yeah. No, it's all. I mean, interrogation is half presentation. But Makayla would tie him up first, and then would sort of feed him one of her good berries.
Okay.
So for like a healing.
Okay. He chews it. It's
like
going. It's difficult for him.
Yeah, it just kind of like dissolves in his mouth, and so he's like now conscious, right?
Yes. He looks at you groggily. Looks around. Oh.
Bailey is going to stand arms crossed directly in front of him, move that harsher shadow directly into his face.
I want you to answer some very simple questions. First,
2
who sent you?
green winter. Ugh.
What?
That's all you're getting out of me.
Bailey is going to give him a very low, rumbly growl.
Make an intimidation check. With advantage.
The Nalia growl? Let's go.
Then let's roll that again. Thank you. Better.
Alright. The dwarf tries to copy your growl but fails horribly because he is beat up and face is swollen. He's just one of his teeth falls out.
Bailey's gonna rip out another tooth.
Dang!
And then give a head tilt.
Still waiting on the answer.
You haven't asked too many questions.
I did, yeah. Who sent you?
Oh, what was it? Who sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't hear it. Let's see here.
I will ask again. Who sent you?
Make an intimidation check with advantage. He looks at you.
Okay.
Looks at you. Even in his beaten form, he seems to have at least a small portion of his will, and he noisily, clears his throat. He's getting it going good, and then he just patooey towards Makayla with blood.
I wish I didn't have to do this. I really do. And I knock him unconscious. Effectively, I finish him off with my staff, and then feed him. After a couple seconds, feed him another good berry to revive him.
Okay, he's back. Worse for wear. Nail seems amused. He's chuckling in the corner with his arms crossed.
We could do this for a long time. Or you can answer my one very simple question. Who sent you?
Do it then. You get nothing from me.
Xalia starts gnawing on his fingers.
Make an intimidation check with advantage. Is this criminal really the one that's evil?
Good cop, bad cop, you know?
Alright.
If you gave her someone it's socially acceptable to fuck with.
What an
Yes,
answer.
this is why we want privacy.
This is the first person Xalia has had access to where there aren't limits on what she can do.
Alright, Harsh Shadow's nail sets to work. Going to town on his fingers. And then he's like trying to escape. He's trying to move his fingers, like move his hand out of the way, but you've got him fast. He can't escape. And then he's like, fire, I'll tell you. What was
I
the
knew you'd
question?
find us reasonable people. Question is simple. Who sent you?
It was a letter. We were told to kill Goblin Freals by letter. We destroyed the letter.
From who?
It was signed.
I kind of like motion for Xalia to start again.
He locks her jaw right behind the forefinger knuckle.
It was signed Tucker. I don't know who that is. I don't need to know. All I got is a letter.
So, what did he say?
It was signed by the name Toka, but he all he had was the letter. It was not like given to him by a person. It was just like a letter, and then they just wrote the letter. And he also does not know who that is.
I mean, is he telling the truth? Is that all he knows?
You can make an
Insight
insight check
check?
if you want to try to
Hell yeah.
see if that's what he knows.
18?
He, in this very unfortunate state that he's in, commonly people will make up anything to make it seem like that's what they know. But this person is definitely fearful, and he seems like he would like to not be eaten by Harsh Shadow Nail. So
We'll have a few more eyes at this point, by the way.
So as sure as there are more eyes on Xalia, this person is telling you that the thing he just told you is true.
Makayla would turn to the bouncer. Is that a name you recognize?
Nail's gonna make a history check. He gets a 2.
With the impression that this is over, by the way, Xalia's gonna let go of his fingers and then pat him on the head.
He feels that he... No, he doesn't.
Huh?
Yeah, he feels that he is. No, he doesn't. Nail looks thoughtful for a moment, and he just shrugs his shoulders, his arms never coming away from their cross. Beats me. He ain't come around here. This is mostly all I know.
And this letter just showed up on your doorstep?
That's right. That's how we always do business. Don't need to ask questions. It's all in the letter.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think of this, like, anything else that I could, like, come up with right now. What? Surely you have someone. Surely you must know someone who has the proper connections to know who this Toka person is. Yeah? Kinda.
He kind of like chokes on the congestion in his throat now and just kind of like spits on the ground. I don't. We pride ourselves on not asking questions. If we just gave information freely to whoever beat us up, then we'd be no good. And I'd already be dead, instead of in just a few minutes.
Oh, I believe that. You don't know anyone else who is more of a networker?
The dwarf checks his notes. One moment.
It's really good. The dwarf checks his note.
He checks notes with his hand on off?
Uh-huh. His hands are tied. He's checking his mental notes.
As you do.
Entering his mind palace.
Computing, please wait. Just imagine,
mind talent.
just tiles rolling in his eyeballs. It's like, loading, please wait.
He tells you that he is just a hireling, just a, someone that plies their trade in thievery and assassination. That's what he does. That's what he gets paid for. But he does tell you that the people that he typically gets letters from, one time he did get to the door before they could fully get away, and they looked like a circus performer with like flowy cape, maybe like one of those capes with that have baubles on the end. Like they're just attached to different points of the cape. So they looked like they had rings hanging from the cape, but all he saw was the back.
Okay, noted.
And that's all you'll get from me. If you're gonna take me out, do it now.
Very well.
Or let me walk.
I bonk him back on the head again.
Bonk. He sees stars and falls over.
Yeah. Thank you for your cooperation, Xalia. You played the part perfectly.
He just kind of nods and makes a noise.
I believe you can. Kara kind of looks around. You could take this down now.
Snap their fingers, it's gone.
Thank you. Makayla then eats one of her own Goodberry candies and offers one to Xalia.
Xalia consumes it happily. Candy.
It's just like one of those the hard candies, but are like the fake lemon or lime slices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I envisioned. She just has like a tin of them.
Okay.
Well, I suppose our companions should come back eventually. Probably best to stay here. Make it easier for them to find us.
Yeah, she had tail nods, and then just goes to go up the wall, realize she ran out of concentration, and just kind of flumps down.
Makayla would then go to Nail, and he is free to do with however you wish. I'm done. I appreciate the cooperation in this matter.
Nail smiles. He's trying to polish blood and gross off of his. See he's got some brass knuckles on, and gives you a nod. All right, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take out the trash. And then he picks up the unconscious dwarf and he heads to the nearest bin.
Kayla steps out of his way. Has a sweeping gesture with their hands. Be my guess.
Then I think Pastiche looking for Makayla and Xalia?
Zoaz and Pastiche.
Okay. Eventually, you all come upon each other. And lo, there are the four of you.
Zoaz is going to tersely say, our contact is dead. Twig was heavily injured. We may as well spend the night. Allow friends to rest up.
That is unfortunate. I'm glad the Twig is better.
Indeed.
Well, the hitman was, well, apparently one that was at least decent at his job. Didn't know much, but at least gave us a name. Toka. Whoever that is. And
Zoaz
perhaps
is going to roll history to try and to think if he can remember that name. If that's alright.
Sure.
I don't think so, but
Nah.
okay.
With all the excitement today, that name eludes you.
Okay.
And this might not be entirely the odd person, but they once saw a messenger who gave them the job. At least once was someone from a circus. They did not know if this was the same one as the one that gave them this one, but it is a lead, which I believe we are, if what you say is true, sorely in need of.
Yes. We are.
But, well, it would seem we have had plenty for today. I don't think we could get much more done. I think you're right, it is best that you rest up and face this tomorrow with renewed vigor.
Zoaz will give an affirmative grunt and begin walking off.
Where are you going though?
Towards, he's going to head back to the infirmary to basically tell Chuman and Twig where he's going, and then he's going to head to the inn where Khorzaire is staying.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then Makayla would join.
Okay.
Would walk along.
Alright, so where's everybody going?
Layla's going with the group, and she with a smile on her face.
Okay.
Pastiche is going to sleep.
But where?
Maybe a little bit of blood on her teeth.
But where is Pastiche going to sleep?
Probably with the group.
Okay.
To the same inn.
Alright, everybody going to this inn is 1 gold, please.
Okay. A swanky inn.
It is a swanky inn. You get to... there's a hot tub for Khorzaire?
Oh, hell yeah. Wait,
Layla is definitely in the hot tub.
Alright.
putting a crab in boiling water, is that offensive?
You don't know. It's not a crowd, he's an Aldani.
That's true?
Everyone can hit their long rest buttons.
Okay.
And you are in the next day. Chuman, your max HP goes back up to 40. And let's see here. Chuman. Through the night, you have this strange dream about a goat, a rabbit person, a tin man, and a very sure of themselves goblin. This is a memory of yours that has surfaced.
More like a nightmare.
Wow.
When, at the completion of this adventure that you had, and before you can recall how or where you parted ways with this previous party of yours, the mind's eye kind of bubble that holds this dream is suddenly engulfed by a snake's head, snake's maw. It gulps it down, and the dream just goes down, moves down its body, the bulge noticeable.
Oh well.
And
Wow.
be nice, guys. And the snake's tongue slithers out, tasting the air. And then it turns to you. Its right eye glowing an aggressive, violent red. And you bolt awake. Look around. You're in the infirmary at Beskar. You feel much better than yesterday. Look around and you see a worried-looking king sitting next to you. He smiles when you awake. Not very put off by your start. You can see Genevieve walk past your open door. She doesn't stop, but you just see her walk past. You don't see Twig. He must be in another room. But here you are on a very comfortable bed, right next to your pal king. What would you like to do?
If you're talking Cody, you're muted.
Isn't it Rye that's supposed to be doing
Raikel.
stuff?
Oh,
Different person.
I misheard.
Chuman is going to take a second just to ponder the dream nightmare that he's had. And then looks over the king and King, it's good to see you. What has happened? I don't remember much.
Julman, it's good to see you up and about. You're looking great, young, spry, ready for anything. And he slaps you on the back, and he nods and he goes over the details. The rest of them apprised me of the details, so here I am telling them to you. I could not gain entry to the hotel. It seems that they are very tight-lipped about their clientele and where they stay. So I came to rest with you. He stretches. He looks like he's been sitting in his chair for the entire night. I have something to tell you. It is grave news. I do not know where you hail from, but if it is from Tenuta, well then I am sorry. There has been a massive earthquake in Tenuta. Lots of destruction. I am being called back. Yae too. I have a note saying that she left this morning. I'm here telling you to tell everyone else not to worry. Us two and everyone else of the Doomstriders, we shall have it handled. There is a mention about it being unusual for an earthquake of this measure, of this magnitude, to hit at such a precise location. It seemed like there were many earthquakes all placed all around the port city. It doesn't make sense. So I am going to go make sense of it.
I understand. Do take care of yourself.
Certainly.
I'll be sure to look out for the rest and let them inform them of your absence.
I'll be counting on you with your strong back. And he squeezes your shoulder.
Chuman, still slightly cloudy from the nightmares, slightly winces, but gives him an affirming nod. And then Chuman starts to get up to collect himself and goes around to see if he can find Twig.
King hollers through the halls. Tell them not to wait up either. If they finish whatever business that they've gotten themselves mixed up in here, then they're free to carry on. It's Zoaz's delivery after all. I'll catch up, and quicker than you know. And King buggers off.
Chuman nods as he walks off, and then proceeds to search the infirmary for Twig.
You find him. No, I mean make a survival check.
Track him down.
Yeah. With some help of the nurses and asking around for your friend, you are pointed in the room that Twig is staying in. He's laid up in bed, but the door opens and Twig, you're aroused from your slumber as well. And there's Chuman, looking healthy.
Twig, I heard that you've had quite a time during my rest.
Twig nods and says, yes, or so I've been told. It's still all a blur to me. You're looking better, though. How are you feeling?
There are certain parts that I do not remember, but I'm feeling fine.
I can relate. But that's good to hear.
So, King has informed me that he will be leaving back to Teneto. So we will be handling the rest of the cargo and the transportation.
He's leaving already? Oh, okay.
Yes, seems like there was an unusual earthquake. There was one of that has caught the attention of many around the area, so they're going to find the cause for it.
See. I hope everyone there is alright. Do you know where the others have gone?
Unfortunately, do not. I remember Zoaz mentioning something and then he abruptly left. But, what happened last night anyway?
Well, we were chasing an informant who ended up getting spooked and was running away from us. I had a pair of boots from the Sparkers back in Teneto that they assured me was perfectly safe, but... And Twig motions to himself in the bed and says, well, apparently a Sparker's definition of safe might be a little bit loose.
With your injuries, loose is putting it mildly. Nevertheless, what of the informant?
He didn't end up making it.
See.
Twig just looks down at the floor.
Well, are you well enough to move out to bed?
Yes, I'm mostly feeling better now. Do you think we should go seek out the others?
We should. They might have more information. Seems like Zoaz was in a hurry last night, so it would be best for us to search them down and get reacquainted with the party.
Sounds good to me. So I think it would be good to leave the infirmary.
Yep.
Okay. You thank Genevieve for caring for you while you were hurted, while you were wounded, and feeling in tip-top shape, actually. You exit the infirmary into the dusty streets of Baskar, the dusty spiral. You look around, wondering where your allies could have gone.
It's currently daytime, right?
It is currently daytime. It is morning.
Yeah. Chuman mentions over the Twig. King did mention that he tried to head to the inn where Zoaz and the rest are residing for the night. I suppose that they're probably still there.
We should hurry while it's still morning.
Right, before they head out the area. On that note, Chuman is going to quickly move back into the infirmary and ask if where the closest inn is.
Yeah, you hail a random nurse, and he tells you that the inn that you are probably describing is the Glittering Crystal. It's on the upper ring, and just head once you exit, turn left and just head around the outer ring, up there, and then you can't miss it really. Things too gaudy.
I see. Thank you very much. I appreciate the hospitality and the help. And with that, Chuman leaves back out and motions to Twig the direction that we must go.
Lead the way.
Alright. Chuman and Twig, you guys head around the upper ring. It's this big maw of a hole, and it takes some time. You do spot a bridge. Like you spot the end and like in the distance. You do spot a bridge where it goes out above the whole crevice and then makes an angle towards the end. You could take that and save a bit of time if you would like to, or you can continue going around the edge.
Let's go that way. The former.
Okay. Twig, you see Chuman briskly walk towards this bridge. It does have a railing to keep people from falling off, so you can hang out.
It's good to hear.
So with holding on tight to the railing, Chuman, you jaunt over across the bridge, and you save some time, and probably spot everyone at the continental breakfast. And with the party united, you're able to exchange information and determine what the next plans are. And I think that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay. All right.